Hello, folks. Welcome to another episode of Financial QB TV. I am Richard Reyes, the financial quarterback and Orlando's very own financial quarterback. And quite often, there are folks that come and see me that are actually in their 50s, maybe 55s, and have done a really good job at saving and putting things together and want to retire. And it doesn't really have to be between 50 and 55. You know, it can be as early as age 60. Okay. But there are some challenges when you so-called retire early. Okay. And one of the things is that these challenges can oftentimes derail your ability to stay retired. I always tell people it's pretty easy to retire, but it's pretty difficult to stay retired. Now, the number one challenge is, of course, health insurance. How are you going to cover health insurance? Who's going to pay for it? How are you going to pay for it? And so on. One of the things that we are certain about the Affordable Care Act is that there's nothing affordable about it. The premiums have increased, 2 or 3 times of what they used to be, but it's important to understand, okay, now that you don't have an employer or another way of covering health insurance, how are you going to cover insurance for you and your spouse? It's very unfortunate, but now you're seeing rates for a married couple of anywhere from $1,200, $1,500, even $1,800 to $2,000 a month. Depending on how early you retire, that is a lot of money to consider and spending before Medicare kicks in at 65. Now, there are some options that you have to weigh when that time comes. Challenge number 2 is, will you have enough? Okay. Your early years of retirement, and rightly so, are your most active years. You're the most youngest, you're the most active. So it's important to figure what the impact of your spending during those years is going to do to your future portfolio before possibly Social Security or maybe even a pension kicks in. All right. In addition, it's important to you to know that the earlier you retire is that the earlier you probably need some Social Security, and which keeps us from fully leveraging the ability to get higher payout in Social Security with delayed credits or different claiming strategies, and also has a potential issue with your spouse. If something were to happen to you, what does their Social Security look like because you maybe took it too early? So it's something to really consider. But the other issue is, again, do you have enough? Considering that nowadays it's not unusual to have a 30, 35, and maybe even a 40-year retirement. And now you retire at 50 or 55, now you're getting close to maybe a 50-year retirement. Do you have enough? Where is your money going to come from, and how is that going to impact your future retirement? Then number 3 is, this is the same question again that we ask whether you're retiring at 50, 55, or 70. What are you going to do next? Okay. But the dynamics are a little different when you retire that early. Is the big challenge is, hey, listen, your friends are not retired. Everybody is out working. So what are you going to do next? What is your next activity going to be once you are retired? And it's an important question to ask, because if you're going to retire at 50 or 55, that's a long time to be retired. So one thing is true though, without careful planning, we can easily derail again the ability for us to stay retired. Solving these challenges is easy, but it's going to take time and it's going to take planning. And one of the things also that it's no different than retiring at an older age is that, yes, it's easy to be retired. It's easy to make the decision to retire, but it might not always be the best idea. So with that, I'll see you next time on Financial QB TV.